Welcome. Hi, new faces, familiar faces, so exciting. Okay, so today is our 8th month, which is very crazy because when I was making the schedule, I was like, oh my gosh, I only have 9, 10, 11, 4 left of these, right? Till we like do something different and mix it up and get to kind of look at like who's done what. So again, housekeeping, phones on silent. And everybody here has a piece of paper, but for people who are like watching this at home, watching the video, just like get a piece of paper. So it's the new year. How many people set resolutions? No. Jay did. Okay, we have 2. That's it? Only 2 people set resolutions? Okay. How many people set resolutions last year? Oh my God, almost everyone. Okay, good. Did you get it? Yeah. I was waiting for someone to be like, yes, and I would be like, how did you know? How do you know you got it? How do you even remember what it was, right? And that's the reason why I fucking hate resolutions. Like, because I think that you're just not connected to it. Like, writing something down on a piece of paper is not going to, writing something down on a piece of paper that you're not connected to, that doesn't have something to do with your life, that you don't know if it's something you love or hate or are good at, or like you don't have any accountability with it, like all of those things combined, like there's no chance in hell that you're gonna get that. Like it's just like writing, right? Just putting out like, I would like a pony. If a pony would like to arrive, that would be great, right? Like, and that's why it's so challenging for people. You know, I think that I did a podcast about this, about the fact that like when you do a resolution and you don't get it, it actually really fucks with you. And you never forget that. And the most fucked up thing about it is most of us don't remember all the shit we did right and all the things we have accomplished and all the goals we've set and we've gotten, but we remember so many things we didn't do. Of what are you gonna do in 30 days? Second question, obviously, is did you get it? Yes or no? If you didn't get it, also why? Right? Why didn't you get it? Because a big part of getting what we want has to do with knowing why we don't get it right now. So let's say that you're just inherently one of those people that just doesn't really give a fuck. Like that you wanting something always ends up being not enough, right? That's what you write down. Why didn't I get it? Because I don't actually care about most shit. Right? When it comes down to it, I would rather not care than work hard to get it. Okay, who got their 30-day goal? Wait, hold on. Who remembers what it was that they were gonna do 30 days ago? Okay, all right, we have a halfy room. Okay, who got it? Out of the people that actually remembered, who got it? Okay. How could it not be a thing? You're supposed to have a thing you want in 30 days that you're gonna get.
Relationship with like people I'm close to.
Okay, do you have a better relationship with people you're close to? Okay, then you got it.
Okay.
Now you just have to continue that, right? And when we don't get what we want, we say, yeah, but you know what? It's okay because my life is so great. I should be more grateful. It's like, no, you should fucking actually get what it is you want and end up being happy with what you want, right? Everybody can do by a show of hands if you do this or you don't. Where anyone sits there and just dreams about what they want. Right? Even in the car, even if you got 40 minutes on the bus, even if you're waiting, just like this. I'll instead of dreaming about what I want, I'm gonna let this tell me what it is that will make me feel better. What will make me feel like I have a great life. Right? And then we base our goals off of this stupid shit that we don't even fucking want, right? And then, what do? We don't even get the fucking goal because we didn't actually even want it. People get to a place where not only have they stopped being able to write down, they've stopped dreaming. Like, after a while, if you don't dream, like, you don't dream anymore. You just live in the life that you live in. And it just is, right? And those are the people that set the New Year's resolution for the thing that they don't care about because they don't even know what they want, right? They don't have any dreams. So this is a muscle, right? And this is something that if this is the first time that you're doing it, and for the people who are here, it's the first time they're doing it, right? Like, just keep doing it, right? Like, when you walk around, right? There's this thing that's called dream building. And it's like, if you're the kind of person that likes pretty stuff, or shiny things, or cars, or whatever, like, go to the fucking Ferrari dealership and walk around, right? Go walk into Gucci, go to Cartier, right? If you're the kind of person that likes beautiful houses, spend a Sunday and go house shopping. Go into all the open houses, eat all the fucking free little cookies and walk around and put your name down and some shit you're not gonna fucking buy, but it doesn't matter because you'll walk in and be like, oh, I didn't even know that a room could be this size. Right? Like, I had no idea that people's bathrooms like had heated, like things. Dream building. This is the reason why I always encourage everybody to take a vacation. The salon that I was just putting together in Reno, like, we have a thing in there where it's like, you have a mandatory fucking vacation. Jade knows this. I'm like, in our office, it's like, you gotta go on vacation. You have to go away. On vacation, live your life, go see some shit that excites you, that makes you want more, right? Wanna do that again, come back, and then work for it, right? Because then when you're dreaming, you have stuff to look forward to, right? It makes the goal setting so much easier when you have the dreams. If you don't have dreams, how are you gonna know what you want, right? And how are you gonna know what's gonna take you in the right path, right? So some of my dreams have to do with legacy, where we had a staff meeting the other day and I was like, I have, as part of my legacy, like, I want to positively impact millions of people and them and their families and their children and the next generation, and like help people change that DNA of like who they are and who their kids are gonna be and who their grandkids are gonna be, right? And so I can't set goals that don't move me closer to that, right? Like, all the goals I set, the way I act every day, the way I behave, like, right? The things I want in my life, what I'm gonna do, all have to go along to that. Otherwise, then what happens, right? I want to end up here and I'm going over here. I'm never going to get here. But if I didn't know that that was one of my dreams, if I didn't know that that was like my ultimate intention in life, how would I set goals to get there? Right? So this is what's underneath. This is the reason why when you set stuff, you're like, I don't remember what it was. I said I wanted something, but I don't know exactly what it was. And I never sat down and it was specific, and I didn't do the action steps, or I did 2 action steps and I stopped, and I just didn't care. You don't care because it isn't aligned with your dreams, right? Okay, so for the ones that you wrote down, I always have everybody put them on a scale. It makes it easier for you to be able to manage where they are and how far they are, or in proximity to where you currently are, right? We think sometimes we're not allowed to write down that I want Bentley, or that I want to go on vacation for a month, or that, because we're not there yet. It doesn't matter, right? One day, like the life I currently live, I had no idea that people even had lives like this. I didn't even know it existed. I thought you just worked like a crazy lunatic for the rest of your life and were fucking miserable, and then just like had moments of joy when you were, off work, drinking. Like I just thought that was how it was. I didn't know you could be happy, like, and love your life and enjoy what you were doing and like truly get joy out of it. Like, I didn't know that was a thing, right? I didn't know I could live in a kind of house that I live in and have the kind of relationships I have with people. I didn't know. So I couldn't even have written that down, right? That wasn't even that was like off the scale from where I was, right? So I always do a scale of 1 to 10, okay? So 1 means, right, like no idea. Or it's unrealistic right now, right? So a year would be for me, right? Because it's just unrealistic right now. 10 years from now it might be realistic, but right now it's unrealistic, right? And I also have no idea how the fuck I would get a unicorn. Like, I don't even know what that would, like, what does that entail? Like, where am I gonna keep it? If it was one that had wings, like, it would just probably fly away. Like, it would just, you know what I mean? Like, it's like the dragon situation, right? You're like, what if I to dragons. Like, they just go. Right? So 1 is no idea. Totally. All the way down to 10, which is, let's say, 10 is a sure thing.
Like sure thing I get it tomorrow, or like sure thing?
Sure thing, you just know, right? You have that belief that you're gonna get it, right? The belief is there, you're like, yes, I'm gonna get it. Like, I know that I'm gonna get it. Maybe you know you're gonna get it 5 years from now, but you also know how you're gonna get it, right? You already have a plan. So 10s are for stuff that like you don't need to keep ruminating on them and bringing them back up every month because you already know, right? The plan is in there. As long as you follow the plan and you don't get sidetracked and you don't fuck up, you're gonna get the thing, right? Right? So 5 to me would be something that you kind of have an idea about how to get, right? Maybe not quite, but maybe you need more information, right? Or maybe it's something you know about, right? You have some information you know about, but you lack the belief. I have the info, I know what I'm supposed to do, I just don't believe that I'm gonna have it, right? Which is a lot of stuff. There's a lot of things that we want, but the voices in our head are like, no, that's too big. That's too big for you. What makes you think that you get to have that, right? Or the voices in the head are like, no, your parents don't even have, that's my favorite one. Your parents don't even have that. Right, no one in your family. That came up the other day. Somebody's family was like talking shit about them. Yeah. Right, that they're doing all of this, they're becoming successful and doing this stuff and whatever. And I was like, isn't that the fucking point? Like, don't you want to be the most successful person in your family? Like, do you really want to be, you know? We've all been in a situation where we've had friends or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a family or whatever, where we all of a sudden are like, yeah, I probably shouldn't shine so bright because it's going to upset them. Right? I probably shouldn't take that job or make that money or wear this shirt or be this friendly or talk to that many people or be this fabulous, right? Like, we've all been in that situation where you're like, okay, just keep it down because other people might get upset. Who the fuck cares? Right? Like, it's a hard thing to do in theory of like, who the fuck cares? But like, we've done that, right? We lack the belief, and then that gives the voices in your head fucking ammunition, because then it's just like, so-and-so would be really upset if you did this, if you bettered yourself, right? It's bonkers what we do, but we do it. It's what we do. So go through on your dreams and rate them. So right in front of them, write 1, 2, 7, 8, 10, 5, whatever, right? And rate them. So just remember, 1 is like it's unrealistic, or you have no idea how you're gonna get it. 5 is, I need some more info on how I'm gonna get it, or I lack the belief. And 10 is, it's a sure thing. So maybe you don't necessarily know when, or maybe it's a ways out, but you already have the plan in place, and you know that if you stick to that plan, that you're gonna get it, right?
Not very many.
Did you already hear the numbers next to them?
Yeah.
Circle them so you can see them better.
You can't read my writing?
Well, it'll just help you distinguish between it is not a part of the actual thing.
Chicken skirt?
All right, so now transfer all of those to the beginning of the sentence, so they go down one straight line, so you can see them super clearly and compare them to each other. This is like one of my favorite exercises that we do. Especially if you read someone else's dreams. It's so rad. Like, it's so cool. First of all, it tells you so much about them. So much about them. But the other thing it does is it like grows you. You're like, oh, that's good. That's good. I like that. I want one of those, right? Or, oh, I want to do that. That sounds like fun, right? And then it goes on your dream list. And you're like, oh, guess what? Now we can do it together. Right? It's a very, very fascinating, this thing of like dreams and how much it connects us. And what's so interesting to me is this lack of dreaming actually separates us, right? Because what was my example? What were we doing all day? Right? We weren't connecting with anything. We were just going and being in what people say the moment is, right? It's like one thing to be in the moment, i.e. paying attention to what it is you want and what's happening up here. It's another thing to be in the moment as in I'm just doing shit from 1 minute to the next, 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 to the next until I fall asleep, and then I wake up and do shit from 1 minute to the next, to the next, right? Like, and you don't ever just stop and assess and look at your life. Okay, so, does everybody have them rated? Perfect. Everybody has some 10s, 1s, 5. Okay, who has 10s? Raise your hand. Okay, interesting. Who has 1s? Okay, fascinating. All right, so flip the page. This is going to require page flipping. Okay, I want you to pick an 8. Something that you have that's an 8, right? So if you don't have an 8, assess it, look at it, see if maybe your 5 is actually an 8, if your 8, your 10 is. So something that you have belief, right? You have belief you're going to know how you're going to get it, right? You're like, I know I'm going to get this. I just don't know how, right? Or something you know how, and you have a little bit of belief. You don't completely lack belief, but you have a little bit, right? You just haven't started on it, right? So pick one and write it down. Great. Now I want to know why. Why is it the one you picked? Why is it the one you want? Why do you want it? What is it going to give you? What are you going to have when you finally get it? Why that you're attaching to this, right? Last month I talked about emotion, about like when you write down your why, that you get emotional, right? That it hits you right in the stomach, that you have that moment where you're like, right? You get choked up, you get a little teary-eyed. You feel like, yes, I really want that. Yes, right? Like it should do that. Like the shit that we want in our life, you should be connected to. If you just have just get a bunch of shit that you're not connected to, it's like, who cares, right? You're just gonna want something else next week. Or you're gonna get it and you're gonna be like, well, that wasn't that important, right? Like I always think about it, if I spend my time going after something, it's gonna I'm going to be like real fucking happy when I get. And be like, damn, did you see that? You see what I just fucking did? Right? Like, not something that I'm going to get, and I probably would have gotten it anyway, even if I just like walked past the building every day. Right? Thinking about it that way, like stuff that's really going to like give you pride and like make you excited. So think about that. When you look back at your 8, the one that you wrote down, like, is this going to give you pride? When you have it, are you going to want to tell someone about it? There we go. Are you going to want to tell somebody about it? Are you going to be in a situation where when you get that, you're going to be like, dude, do you know what I did? Or is it not really that big of a deal? Right? And I don't mean your neighbor. I mean somebody you respect, obviously, right? You respect their opinion and then being like, good, fuck yeah, that's awesome. Good job. Right? It should be that. So we have what we wrote down. We have why we want it. Okay. What are you going to do if you don't get it? Write that down. If you fail, and you don't get it, right? Because that's a possibility. And based on results, for most of us, it's a huge possibility that we won't get it, that we'll get sidetracked, we'll fuck around, and we won't. Right? But what am I going to do if I don't get it? Okay, and then the fourth thing is, what's the plan? This might take you a couple minutes, which is fine, right? But what's the plan? What we're doing right now is we're just trying to create some momentum, right? And start off a success cycle. Because guess what we don't have yet? Any fucking successes. Because nobody here was like, I set this goal to get this thing and I got it. Right? If you did set the goal to get the thing and you did get it, then guess what? You've already started your success cycle, so you're still trying to build your momentum, and that's why we're staying with the 8s, right? Because guess what? Some will eventually move to here, and it'll move to here, and it'll move to here, right? How does that happen? How does something that is here, where you basically have no idea, it's unrealistic, how does it move? How does something go from a 2 to a 9? You get all your 10s, you get all your 9s, you get all your 8s, all your 7s, all your 6s, all your 5s, all your fucking left are 2s, which are now what?
10s.
10s. Right? That's how that works. That's how when you hear people say, I didn't even know that I could have the life that I have because it was a -40, and just from a series of doing the right thing long enough, consistently, right? They got it. No one starts out wherever you see them right now, right? When you look at successful people, you look at people that have like what it is that you want, or everything, or whatever the phrase is that you want to use, like they didn't start out there. They got there through a series of results, right? Of getting something, getting the next thing, getting the next thing, getting the next, right? Crossing it off the list. Crossing off, and they didn't start with the shit that was the most lofty, right? They didn't start with the plane. They started with, I want to be able to support myself. I want to be able to have a nice sofa. I want to have a nice apartment. I want to drive a fancy car. I want to start a company. Right? Like you go this way on the chain. And we fuck ourselves up by thinking that we have to think about the biggest thing and then get disappointed that we don't have it yet. Right? That's why we pick an 8. You focus on the 8 because the 8, you'll get it if you do the work, right? You'll get it. And then what'll happen is then you'll feel successful. So when you go out for the 7, you're going to have more belief, right? Belief comes from doing what it is that you say you're going to do, right? Belief doesn't just exist. We don't have belief in ourselves just naturally. What happens is you say you're going to do something, you do it, you then believe that you will do the thing that you said you were going to do. But if you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, what happens? Right? The belief goes backwards. Then you start having lack of belief. Right? And this is where people talk about integrity, right? Integrity not just with other people, but with yourself. Of if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Like I have to do it. Otherwise, the voices will go crazy, right? So always really being conscious about that. Okay, so you have your 8, right? We know why we want it. Okay? We know, what's the next thing?
What you're going to do if you don't get it.
what you're gonna do if you don't get it, right? And then we know what? The plan. Who was able to decipher a plan? Okay, one. Only one person? Everybody else has plans? Is this accurate? Everybody is telling me that they have a plan and that they're gonna leave here and they have a plan and they know that they're gonna get it done, and when I see you in 30 days, I'm gonna be like, hi! And you'll be like, I did my plan. I have my thing.
No, I'm not there yet. I need more to the plan.
Okay, so you have a piece of the plan.
Yeah.
Okay, who has a piece of the plan? Okay. Now we're being a little more honest. We don't have the plan. We don't know it. I wish we did. But if we had the plan and we knew the plan already, what would we already have?
It.
The thing. Right? So this is a moment where we have to admit that we don't know what we don't know. We don't. If we did, we would have the thing. Right? So this is the reason why when you sit down and you go, shit, I can't think of it. Okay, I'll write this down. Maybe that will work. I'll try that. That's the reason why we're so unsure. Right? You should be. You shouldn't want more shit that you already have. That's the stuff. And we get confused and we think we have to work on the being 120. No. Right? That's going to come. But part of the plan, right? Part of the plan is some goals. Right? So the plan is the goals that are in there. Okay, the goal is, right, that I'm going to wake up tomorrow morning and I'm going to make sure that I grab a yogurt out of the refrigerator. Perfect. If I do that, then I will successfully eat breakfast, right? I will have achieved my goal. Okay? Right? An action step in that might be I need to set a fucking alarm to remind me to grab the yogurt out of the refrigerator. Right? Breaking these down. Instead, we just clump everything together and say, okay, I'm done, right? So when you hear people talk about, has anybody ever done any kind of like fitness thing besides Mihai, because he's only halfway fucking doing it? But can we do like where you actually did like a fitness like transformation or like some sort of like thing, kind of, right? Okay, so there's an idea of how you're going to end up looking, right? Like a dream, I'm going to look like this and whatever, right? And then there's the goals that they set, which is you have to lose 20 pounds and you have to build whatever 90% muscle, and then you have to get down to 5% body, right? And then there's the action steps on how you get each one of those, right? Does that help you like think about the difference, right? Like the body is the dream, right? The goal is all the things you got to do to get the body, and the action steps are all the things you have to do, right, to make those happen. And instead what we do is we just, right, we set the goal without the dream and we don't do any of the fucking action steps, and then we're pissed off that we didn't get it. And then we drink, which didn't help us because it's not getting us closer to the body thing, right? Or the brain, or being smart, or having your fucking life together, or making more money, or, right, like, just it. Yeah. Drinking when you're happy is fantastic. I fully fucking believe in it, 100%, right? Drinking or eating ice cream by the carton because you're upset, neither of those are good, right? Thinking about it in that term, right? Everything is good as long as you're having fun, not harming anyone else. But when you're doing it and feeding the voices, that's when you get into trouble, right? Okay, so for the people that have a half of a plan and you would like to actually get the thing that you wrote down on your paper, if you don't want to do them, don't do them. I don't really care. It's not my goals, it's your goals, right? You guys are the ones that are here. But it's going to get you closer, because what are we trying to do, right? We're trying to create a success cycle, right? We're trying to build momentum. You have to build the momentum cycle, and then once you're in it, you can keep it going much easier than starting's always hard. The starting part is challenging for everyone. But once you're in it, you start getting those endorphins that kick in from getting the shit that you want and be like, dude, I'm so badass. Like, how many people have ever been with me when I'm like, I am the best at this. I'm so good, right? When I achieve something, like I announce it out loud. Look at me, I just did that. How good am I? Right? Like, it should That's how it should feel, because you do that, you announce it, it comes loud and clear to your brain, right? To everyone around you, gives everyone else a chance to congratulate you as well, right? And then you move on to the next thing with more belief, right? And a higher confidence. Okay, so number 1, right, is
We're not writing this on 30 days plan. Right?
Yep, no, this is number 1, 30-day plan. Find someone that you feel safe and comfortable enough to share with them what it is that you want, okay? Who's smart enough to help you figure it out. They don't have to be the same person who's going to hold you accountable for it. Somebody that can sit down with you. If you want that person to be me, I'm open to that. I will help you figure it out. Right? Our egos are really, really fucking narcissistic. That's why it's called an ego. Right? It's like, so that's why that's that word. It won't allow you to continue to be a failure. It will justify it. Right? It will make it to where something came up in your life, and I'm sure everybody has this, right? Where you started doing something 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever it was, and you quit. And you quit because you weren't successful at it, and your brain, right, your subconscious wouldn't allow you to keep going. It wouldn't, couldn't handle it, could not handle the failure. So you stopped. And instead you made an excuse and said, well, I got busy. You know, I got busy, stuff came up, oh, I got the job I wanted, I didn't need to continue going. Right? I didn't need to continue working on myself because everything turned out. Because my life is great now. Whatever it is, right? Whatever the thing is. I'm a big believer your life can always be better, right? I'm like, if my life is like this good now, I cannot fucking wait to see what's gonna happen next. Like, this shit's gonna be like sparkles coming from the ceiling and shit. Like, I just walk outside, it's like, poof, sparkles. Like, I don't know, right? Like, something amazing. So, make a plan with someone else. Like I said, I'm here. If anybody needs to make the plan, right? Right? Schedule your action steps. If you do not schedule it in your life, it will not happen. Okay? We do not live at the North Pole, where there is nothing fucking going on. Right? We all live in places where it is really busy, and we get sidetracked, and there's everybody wanting something from us, and we want to do all these fun things, and there's traffic, and there's 9 million reasons why you are going to get detoured from point A to point B. How many people have ever gotten in their car to drive home and they're like, wait, where am I going?
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like, you go there every fucking day. How are you lost? Right? But you are. Or you'll be like something, you'll be on a different street and be like, wait, I have no idea. What is this street? Where's, right? You miss your turn, you like, there's a million things. Someone cut you off, you can't, now you have to take the next fucking exit and circle back. Whatever it is, there's a million things that are going to happen from the time that you wake up till the time that you go to sleep that will prevent you from getting done what you want to get done. So just schedule it in, right? This is the best chance you have because shit will still come up. But if you schedule it, at least you got a better chance. Right? Like if you saw, I have a paper calendar, everything is scheduled, like then I put it in my phone, it's all scheduled, like it's like, I have time, and then the alarms go off, I'm like, gotta go, bye. Like, you know, or else I'm not gonna get to do everything I wanna do. I'm just not, right? And I got to a place where I was not okay with missing out on all the shit I wanted to do because I was busy doing all the shit that I had to do, right? Or didn't wanna do, or was doing for other people, or just somehow found myself fucking agreeing to. Right? Like, so now for the shit that's important to me, I schedule it in and I set alarms and I look at my schedule in the morning. I'm like, what am I supposed to do today? Okay, great. Right? It's just something that I found is extremely helpful in getting what it is you want. Number 3. right? Be accountable. Last class, I said, if you don't get this, who will know? Right? Who will know? So apparently for the people that didn't get their things, the person who knew didn't fucking care enough to be like, what the fuck? Why don't you, like, you didn't get it? Right? Or you had an accountability partner you thought you'd check in with at the end of the month. No. Doesn't work like that, right? Because you haven't gotten there yet, right? You haven't gotten to the place yet to where you can actually have a goal, right? Go out and do it and come back with it done. Right? It's like basically, think about it this way. You want to make chocolate chip cookies, okay? Some of you can't even get out the fucking recipe, okay? Half of you are like barely got to the grocery store, okay? A couple of people like started to make the cookies but never put them in the oven. Okay? Right? And some of you just ended up eating the fucking cookie dough and like, whatever, it's fine. Right? Like, it's fine. I didn't want cookies anyway. I just wanted the cookie dough. Right? Whatever the excuse that is. But think about it that way, right? Like if you were able to do this without accountability, whatever it is, just need it on a daily basis, right? When I work with people, it's like some people have a year goal and we subtract and they get to like go by the month or go by the week. Some people have a fucking goal for every day. Like you have to make this much money every day, right? That's the day. Because goal setting is different for everyone, right? If you haven't even started the success cycle, right? You haven't even gotten the momentum, it's going to be harder for you. So you have to break it down into smaller pieces, right? Find somebody. Who was your accountability partner?
You.
Okay. Why didn't you get what it is that you wanted?
Because we discovered that when I get depressed and overwhelmed, I just go, like,
Yes.
stop moving and shut down.
Right? Exactly. Was I holding you accountable?
Yes.
Yes. But you didn't get what you wanted because the thing that you set didn't make sense with who you are, right? You were like, I'm going to do this, here's the plan that I'm going to do, but who you are fought it, right? So it's about, now we shift the plan and go about. Great. Who was your accountability partner?
Ryan.
Okay, great. Why didn't she get what she wanted?
He actually doesn't know because
I'm like, I genuinely don't.
yeah, I realized that I made a scheduling error and I would get my goal tomorrow. So in 31 days.
There you go.
But I didn't get it in 30.
Fantastic. Like you bake the cookies, you're just sitting there waiting for them to fucking cool,
Yes.
right? Like, go. Great. Jake didn't make it to the store. Just kidding, teasing. Right,
a good analogy.
right. But it's like, but it is a good analogy. It's like these are the various stages of stopping whatever it is that we're doing, right? It's like baking cookies. So, okay, so being accountable, right? I hope that this helps you get like a little bit clearer, right? Because to me, this is everything. Like we go so far, and instead of breaking it down and reverse engineering it to like, okay, what can I do today? Okay, so today I can sit down and actually see how many zeros there are after that one, right? And how many zeros I currently have after my one, and how big of the fucking difference of zeros that is, right? Oh, got it, right? Like when you start breaking things down by what they actually are to what you have to do now, it changes the game a lot. It changes the way you look at it. First of all, it raises your belief a lot, right? When you're doing small incremental bites, there's this really great saying of how do you eat an elephant?
It's how you leave it.
Right, one bite at a time. Like you can't eat a whole elephant. It's just like one piece, like one bite at a time. 30 days, right? Make a plan with someone else, schedule your action steps, and be accountable, right? The point is to get a roll. Get on a roll. You get it? It starts being like that person, at the slot machine in Vegas. Pull it, boom, money hits. Pull it, boom, money hits, right? Like, that's what you want. You want it to be every time that you go out and do something, you get it. Go out and do it, you get it. And that's what is in this setup of what do I like? What do I hate? Right? What are the things that are going to hold me back? What do I usually do that makes me fail? Who's gonna hold me accountable? Do I really want it? Is it a part of my dreams? If you combine all of these exercises, all of these things, and then you set your goals based on that, like, there's no way that you're gonna not get them, right? But we've all been doing it the opposite way, right? We all set resolutions that are just fucking from out of nowhere, or we saw it on TV, or someone convinced us to join the gym, and and that's it, right? Like, and then we don't get it. And then you're going what, right? Downward spiral, right? What I'm talking about is the upward spiral. Go up and up and up and up and up. That goes on forever, right? The downward one actually does have a bottom, but you never hear them talk about the top, right? Isn't that interesting? But what happens if you just keep going up? What do they say about that, right? Sky's the limit. There's nowhere place to go but up. Like if you think about the concept of that, you can always do more. Right? Perfect. Good. So mingle, have some drinks, hang out. Like I said, if you need help with your plan, right? We're finishing, well, like right on time, so I'll help you if you feel safe enough to tell me what it is, then I'm not gonna judge you. No, I'm just kidding. And let's get rich as fuck, right? The loud clap.